One of our initiatives was to reimagine our house crests, something that was done in collaboration with our house leaders. Tonight I'll give you some background about each house, the values each stand for, and how they link to our new college values. And Jesus had a saying, "The last shall be first, and the first last." And with that in mind, I think we should start with the Centauri. The centaurs of Greek mythology were savage beasts. They were generally associated with barbarous, reckless behaviour. And this particular beast could be heard long before it was ever seen. You see, the centaur, a combination of two animals, represents a fusion of different worlds. The untamed natural world and the civilised world that we've created together. The most famous centaur of Greek mythology was Chiron, who was known to be noble, just and wise. He was devoted to helping others, and he even gave up his life to save the Greek hero Prometheus. To honour his selflessness, Zeus placed Chiron in the sky as the constellation Centaurus. I was waiting for it. You've got a pause in here for it. Chiron symbolises the raising of human consciousness to the level of maturity where living for the sake of others triumphs over self-interest. He symbolises our mission here at FCAC. We want our students to be like Chiron, to use the gift of education to help others, not just to better themselves, but to better their community. The centaur, a creature of different worlds, symbolises one of our core values, inclusivity. Chiron, a beast who lived among humans, was judged by his character rather than his differences. He represents social harmony in a divided world. He is the student who feels different to others, but is accepted by all. He inspires us to stand against those who would divide us, those that sow seeds of anger, hate and fear. FCAC is like the centaur, in that our community is a fusion of different worlds. We have families who come from all over the globe, students who have different learning styles and personalities, and every one of us looking for a place to be accepted, a place to belong. In our community, we set an example to others to rise to a higher humanity. At FCAC, we celebrate the diversity and uniqueness of our students, and we commit to creating a college that is safe, nurturing, and welcoming to all. Through Centauri House, we recognise that this fusion of worlds, this diversity, makes us strong. When you see that mighty centaur, with his clenched fist raised high in the universal sign of solidarity, he is proclaiming that we are all in this together. Divided we will falter, together we rise. There are many varying myths about Orion, huntsman of the stars, usually depicted with a sword, a club or a bow. All agree that he was giant, strong and handsome. He was an impressive figure. Strong and handsome, it reminds me of someone. But certainly, taking down the centaur was not beyond him. Orion had many adventures and some misfortunes, but eventually he found himself hunting with the goddess Artemis, with whom it is said he fell in love. Like some of our teenage boys in the audience tonight, Orion felt that the best way to impress a girl was to show off. He became boastful, claiming that his hunting skills were so great that he could kill any animal on earth. Lions, tigers, even large huntsman spiders that lurk in the toilet at night. None were beyond him. Now, I speak to the ladies in the audience. I know that cats like to impress humans by bringing them dead animals. But if a guy offers to do that for you, it's probably not a good start to a relationship. Gaia, the goddess of the earth, wanting to protect the environment from a testosterone-fueled Orion, created a giant scorpion to battle him. Orion was unable to injure the scorpion with bow or sword, and the scorpion's poisonous sting was the end of the great hunter. You know, the story of Orion is a cautionary tale. He had set high goals for himself, but in the end, his lack of humility, his lack of character, was the cause of his own failure. Artemis placed Orion in the stars so that she could always see him, immortalizing him forever. But see who is next to him, chasing him throughout eternity as a reminder for us all to be humble and to respect the environment. Now look at our Orion. Follow his gaze. His eyes are raised to the stars. He is looking forward to the future and is not caught in the past where the scorpion lies in wait. Orion symbolises one of our other college values, being future-focused. Orion is set, gaze ready, arrow nocked, ready for the unknown challenges that will come from over the horizon. At FCAC, we too endeavour to prepare our students for the challenges of a rapidly changing world. We want our students to face the future with the confidence of those who have learned the lessons of the past. Now, whatever you think about Orion's plan to win the love of a goddess, it is fair to say that he set his sights high. At FCAC, we ask our students to be architects of their own future. To be Orion is to be aspirant, to not be afraid to seek greatness, to look beyond the ordinary and achieve the extraordinary. To this end, Orion symbolises the pursuit of excellence, which is not about being the best, but rather being our best and drawing out greatness in others. In this modern world, if you want to go far, you have to aim high. And if you do this, maybe, just maybe, one day you too will be immortalised in the stars. Mr. Ginn, our founding principal, wanted Andromeda to represent the crossover of fantasy and science. For 24 years, the spirit of Andromeda was captured in the form of the mighty radio telescope to represent searching and seeking. Like a radio telescope, we've also been searching the skies to find inspiration for a new symbol. Andromeda was a legendary princess in Greek mythology. As a young woman, she was chained to a rock on the coast by her father as a sacrifice to a sea monster who was ravaging the seas around their kingdom. You know, my kids think it's tough having your father as the principal. Perseus, another Greek hero, came and set Andromeda free. Where Chiron, the centaur, raises his fist in solidarity, Andromeda crosses her arms in the universal symbol of no deal. Andromeda endured betrayal by her own father and stood tall in the face of a terrifying death in the jaws of a sea monster. She is courage personified, and it is a courage that is honoured in the stars. Andromeda refused to be defined by her situation. In modern times, Andromeda has been depicted as a hero in her own right. The modern Andromeda is a warrior with courage in her heart and the steely glint of determination in her eye. Our Andromeda needs no hero to rescue her. She is the one that does the rescuing. She is a hero for our time, when the light of gender equality has never burnt so brightly. Like Orion, Andromeda symbolises the pursuit of excellence. To be our best self, we need to break the chains that hold us. The chains represent the challenges that we all face. They are the things that hold us back. And most of the time, sadly, we are imprisoned by our own sea monsters, making chains of self-doubt and negative talk that stop us from being the best we can be. Inscribed on every link of those chains are the words, I can't. Break free of them. Andromeda reminds us that our destiny is in our own hands and there are no limits. And finally, we come to the fourth of our tribes, Capella. Now, the Capella system belongs to the Auriga constellation. Auriga is commonly known as the charioteer. In this constellation, Capella represents the goat that the charioteer is carrying over his shoulder. Now, before you mock our Capella brothers and sisters for being the goat star, you need to know that this is not just any ordinary goat. This is the goat that suckled the mighty god Zeus when he was an infant. And be honest, how many of us here wouldn't like to try some of that milk? It won't make you any younger. Capella is known for being one of the brightest stars in the heavens, a star that has, throughout history, been the guiding light for shepherds. And I say with confidence that Capella has literally been lighting the way for humanity for thousands of years. Not many people know that when our eyes gaze upon Capella, we're actually seeing the combined light of 4 stars. Take any one of those stars, and its light alone would lack any significance in the night sky. But together, they are one of the brightest lights in the heavens. This links back to Centauri House's message of unity. Together, we burn brighter. When we look at Capella, we see 4 stars burning as one. And when others look at FCAC, they see a community of students, staff, and parents shining together. It is no wonder that the symbol for Capella is a burning torch, providing light in the darkness. An upheld torch has long been a powerful symbol for life, truth, and hope. So who are the torchbearers in our society when the way ahead is dark, when others are gripped with uncertainty? Who are the people that lift up the torch and take that first step into the unknown? Who are those who inspire us to follow in their footsteps? They are our leaders. Capella represents leadership in an era when the people of the world yearn for direction. Capella represents a path to a brighter future for us all, a path for which our students will light the way. This year, we have challenged our students to step up and guide the direction of this college, and they have not been found lacking. Our students, ladies and gentlemen, are finding their voice. Tonight, I declare an end to tokenism when it comes to student empowerment. This is their college, and we are offering them a seat at the table. Now, I said at the start of my speech that the last shall be first and the first last. And in the spirit of that sentiment, let me finish with one more note about Andromeda. Andromeda has a very special difference to the other houses, in that there is both a constellation and a galaxy named after her. You may also find it interesting to know that for every second you have sat listening to my address, every riveting second, the galaxy, the Andromeda galaxy, has moved 110 kilometres closer to our own galaxy, the Milky Way. Andromedians, take heart. You may not have won many shields this century, but rest easy in the knowledge that in a mere 4.5 billion years, the two galaxies will collide and we will all be part of Andromeda. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.